2 years, a period long enough for a wretched man to climb to the pinnacle of power, but also the moment darkness begins to devour his soul. As Nhan immerses himself in money and carnal pleasures, he has no idea that the perfect trap is waiting for him, right at the school gate of his only son. Welcome back to Part 2 of Red Smoke on Behind the Door, The Predator. In just 2 years, Nhan has risen to the position of general director, his personality becoming increasingly arrogant. He uses the company's reputation to lure investors into becoming scapegoats for his illegal goods smuggling. But he does not expect that everything he does is being watched in silence. Tom, the son of Nhan and Q, is 6 years old this year and is in preschool. As usual, Q is the one to pick him up. While driving on a crowded, congested road, a motorbike suddenly darts out and hits Q's car. Since it is an expensive car, Q painfully steps out to check and shouts at the man, "Hey you, do you have eyes? How are you driving? Do you want to die?" The traffic jam gets worse, and people around shout for Q to move her car to clear the road. Seeing no significant scratches on the car, Q snaps, "Next time, open your eyes and stay far away, old man." Then she gets in the car and drives away. After driving for a while, Q receives a call from the shipper's number from earlier. An hour ago, as she was preparing to pick up her son, a shipper came to deliver a package. Since Q is a modern woman who loves shopping, there are always delivery people at her house. But today's order is a bit strange, a box wrapped like a gift. The shipper said, "Hello, Miss Q. A fan wants to send a gift to baby Tom. Please just say into the phone, 'I am new Q, Tom's mother,' to confirm." Q didn't think much of it, because fans often give gifts to her son when she live streams every night. She did as the shipper asked, took the gift, put it in the car, and went to pick up her son. At this moment, the shipper calls again. Q is still annoyed about the accident, so she answers curtly, "Hello, what now? I'm driving, speak fast." The other end asks, "Hello, is this Ms. New Q, Tom's mother?" Q replies quickly to get it over with, "That's right, I'm Tom's mother." Shipper, Yes, thank you, ma'am." Q shuts off her phone and reaches the school at 11:55 p.m., but all the children have been picked up. She frantically searches and meets the teacher. "Teacher, I'm Tom's parent. I'm here to pick him up." The teacher is surprised. "Oh, Tom's family member already picked him up, and it was even confirmed by you, Miss New Q." Q is terrified. "Teacher, I am New Q. I haven't said anything yet. Why did you say I confirmed?" The teacher explains clearly. "Someone said they were your company staff coming to pick him up. When we insisted on confirmation, that person called you, and I heard your exact voice on the phone. That person even had a recording of your voice confirming it for Tom to hear. Tom said it was his mother's voice, so we handed him over. When leaving, that person even said, 'Hey kid, do you remember me?' while holding an ice cream for him." Q completely collapses. She knows her son has been kidnapped. She immediately calls Nhan. At this time, Nhan is being intimate with his mistress. Hearing the news, he panics and rushes to the school. Upon arrival, a pungent smell of perfume from Nhan makes Q and the teachers grimace. Q finds it strange because this scent is not hers, nor her husband's, but her son is the most important thing right now, so she doesn't pay more attention. Checking the camera only shows a figure wearing a hat. Nhan finds the figure very familiar, but cannot remember who it is. After 12 hours of reporting to the police with no results, Q receives a message. "If you want to save your son, prepare 20 billion. At 3 p.m. tomorrow, bring the money to Ga intersection to meet your son. For every hour you are late, your son will lose a finger." Kia frantically tells Nhan to take the money to save their son, but just then, Nhan receives a call from the company reporting that foreign partners have simultaneously canceled contracts, causing a loss of nearly 40 billion. Nhan stands frozen between choosing to save his son or save the company. Having gathered and borrowed 35 billion, Nhan wants to save the company first. He comforts Q. "It's okay, honey. Saving the company is saving our son. Saving him first now means losing everything." Q slaps Nhan fiercely. "You scoundrel, are you Tom's father? He is your son." The two argue violently, but Nhan still takes the money and leaves. Q sinks down in despair, crying until she falls asleep from exhaustion. The next morning, Nhan calls to report. "The company is saved, honey. Now I'll find a way to save our son. We'll have the money in about 2 to 3 days. Q screams, 2 to 3 more days just so you can receive our son's corpse? You monster, if anything happens to him, I'll kill you." She calls her parents and explains everything. Mr. Kim is so shocked that he has a heart attack and faints. Q has to take him to the emergency room. In the hospital, Q receives a message. "I know you can't get the money in time. Now go down to the hospital gate. On the left corner, there is a black box. Take it and open it. Go alone." Kyo fearfully goes to the gate, takes the box, and opens it. Inside is a bloody finger. Kyo faints on the spot. A while later, Kyo is luckily discovered by hospital security guards and taken inside. After a moment, Kyo slowly opens her eyes. The smell of disinfectant and the bright white lights make her dizzy. As soon as she sees Nhan sitting next to her, the memory of the bloody finger rushes back like a nightmare. She springs up like a wounded animal, frantically punching, kicking, and clawing at Nhan. Q, wailing, "You monster. You are so cruel. Our son lost a finger. It's because of you. It's all because of you. Only caring about money and that damn company. Are you even human?" Nhan holds up his hands to block his wife's weak punches, his face looking exhausted, his voice raspy. Nhan, "Q, calm down. I know my mistake. I was wrong, but we have the money now. I have the money to ransom him." Q stops, her bloodshot eyes staring straight at Nhan, her voice trembling. "Q, where's the money? Where did you get it? You poured it all into the company. How much longer do you intend to lie to me?" Nhan, "No, I'm not lying. My staff just reported that a big investor wants to inject capital. I decided to mortgage the entire company to him to get 20 billion in advance. He agreed. The money is ready to save Tom." Right then, Q's phone vibrates incessantly. A new message from the kidnapper appears. "Exactly 3 p.m. tomorrow. Bring 20 billion to the old place. Come alone. If you aren't on time, your son won't just lose one finger." Q looks at the message, then at Nhan. Seeing her husband's eyes also red, and his face gaunt with fear, though she doesn't know if it's fear of losing his son or his career, Q hesitates. In her son's moment of life and death, she tells herself that perhaps he truly regrets it and is willing to mortgage the fortune he built a lifetime. Q takes a deep breath, wipes the tears on her cheeks, her voice cold but less harsh. "Q, fine. I'll believe you this time. If you truly trade the company for our son's life, I will forgive everything. But if anything happens to my son, I will make you pay with your life." Nhan nods repeatedly, grabbing Q's hand. "Nhan, I promise at all costs, I will bring Tom back safely. You rest. Tomorrow morning, we will prepare the money." Q turns her face away, not responding. Although her heart is still full of resentment, seeing Nhan busy arranging the money, she tries to suppress her anger because Tom is her only hope right now. The next day at the meeting point at Ga intersection, Q drops the money in the trash can as instructed. After picking up Tom and discovering that both his hands are intact, the finger in the box was fake, Q is both relieved and puzzled. Back home, she sees Nhan bringing Mr. and Mrs. Kim home from the hospital to wait for their grandson. Both angry and curious, Q opens the gift box the kidnapper told her about. The door to the truth swings open. Inside is a stack of photos of Nhan and his mistress being intimate. going to hotels for the past 2 years. Q stands frozen, her hands trembling, dropping the photos on the floor. Mr. Kim walks over to pick them up, his eyes blurring with shock. He collapses, shouting at Nhan. Mr. Kim, choking with pain. You scoundrel? Look at this. You've been deceiving this whole family for all these years? How long have you been with her, Nhan? Mr. Kim cries, tears of old age and the pain of misplaced trust. Q looks at her husband like looking at a monster. She is furious at this disgusting betrayal. But Nhan, no longer pretending, shows his true colors with a brazen face. Nhan, sneering. So what? That's who I am. I'm different now. You're no longer worthy of me, Q. Old, lost your youth. I've been with her secretly for 2 years. Now I'm saying it straight. What can you do to me? Nhan, arrogantly continuing. Kick me out? Go ahead. The company belongs to me now. Your family is completely dependent on me. Just stay in your place, and I might show some mercy. Otherwise, get out on the street. Q cries bitterly in ultimate disappointment. Amidst that tense atmosphere, a voice cuts through. Then, you are the one who has to get out on the street, you monster. The whole family is surprised to look at the door. Nhan sees Nhan and mocks him. Nhan, who are you talking to, you poor loser? I thought you died in some corner. What are you doing here now? Tha, walking in calmly. Thanks to you framing me and kicking me out with a pile of debt, I am who I am today. Let me tell you, 2 years ago, I paid $2 billion through the police because I knew the crime you pinned on me never happened. I needed the law to confirm it, so you would have no more excuses to harass me. At that time, I had no voice, and knowing you were smuggling, I had to stay silent and wait for my time. Thing, looking directly into Nhan's eyes. A big company director. Do you remember who gave you $20 billion yesterday? Nhan, don't you recognize the name of the world's leading technology corporation now? It's me. Starting from the $1 billion my mother left me, after 2 years, I have thousands of billions. I am the one you just mortgaged your company to for money to save your son. Nhan hears it like a thunderbolt. His limbs go limp, unable to believe the employee he once drove to a dead end is now his boss. Theng coldly orders, end the show. Come in, officers. 6 police officers rush in. One stands out to read the warrant. Hello, Mr. Tran Van Nhan. We have a warrant for your arrest for the crimes of trading and consuming smuggled goods and illegal importation. Please follow us to the station for investigation. Nhan turns to look at his wife and his son, who is confused. His tears fall in hopelessness as he is led to the car. Afterward, a police officer invites Mr. Kim's family to work with them. Than politely says, Than, thank you, officers. You go ahead to the car. I will bring the family later in my private car. When only Mr. Kim's family is left, Than pulls out a file and returns the company. Than, Uncle Kim, this is yours. I'm returning it. Actually, I arranged everything. A year ago, I planted someone in the company to gather evidence of Nhan's crimes. Every 3 to 4 days, he went to meet his mistress. I knew it all. The shipper and the kidnapping were my script to make him reveal his greedy nature and abandonment of his child. Tom was carefully cared for by my nanny, and that finger was just a pig's tail. Tom bows. Tom. I apologize for scaring everyone, but I did this because it was what needed to be done. I hope the family can forgive me. Q stands up, looking at the man in front of her with deep gratitude. Thank you. Thank you for everything. Than nods slightly and walks out of the mansion, his heart full of relief. After that fateful day, justice was finally served. Nhan was sentenced to life in prison for smuggling prohibited goods and large-scale fraudulent appropriation of property. The image of the once arrogant general director, now gaunt in a striped uniform, head bowed as he walks behind the bar, has become the fitting end for the one who sowed the wind. The Kim family's technology corporation gradually recovered after the storm. Since Mr. Kim's health was weak, New Kyu officially took her father's place to manage the entire corporation. Having gone through a big shock, Kyu changed from a woman who only knew shopping to someone tough and decisive. She devoted her mind to reviving the family business and raising Tom, considering it an atonement for her past mistakes in misjudging a person. As for Nhan, despite having brought down his enemy and becoming a powerful businessman with a huge fortune, deep down he does not feel as happy as he once thought. Nhan's victims got their justice, the perpetrator is in prison, but his mother will never return. That night, in the luxurious but cold mansion, Nhan steps out onto the balcony. He looks toward the distant horizon, where his old house in the countryside is. Nhan slowly lights a cigarette, the white smoke floating, and then vanishing into thin air like the bitterness he has tasted. He thinks about life. He has thousands of billions, power in his hands, can buy everything. But he cannot buy a simple meal with his mother sitting beside him. He painfully realizes that his mother left at his most miserable time. She didn't have time to see her son succeed, didn't have time to see him standing at the peak of his career as her last wish. The night wind blows. Nhan takes a long drag of the cigarette, his eyes turning red. This victory for him has the bitter taste of loneliness. Nhan tells himself that money and hatred will pass. Only the memory of his mother and the lesson of karma will remain forever in his heart. A little thought from me. Money can be earned back, status can be built, but family and integrity, once lost, can never be compensated for. This story is not just Nhan's retaliation against Nhan, but a bitter reminder of karma. The one who sows evil will surely reap the whirlwind, but the righteous, even when winning, carry the pain of loss. Standing at the peak of wealth, what Nhan lacks is not money, but his mother's proud gaze. In the end, the greatest revenge is not making the opponent suffer, but living a brilliant life so that the enemy must regret, even if the price of maturity is sometimes loneliness. And here, today's audio episode has come to an end. Thank you, dear listeners, for taking your precious time to listen and empathize with this story. Stories about family are lessons that never get old. I hope this story brings you a different perspective on human kindness and sharing in life. If you find this content meaningful, please share it with your loved ones. Wishing you and your family peace, understanding, and love. See you in the next stories.